Welcome to the Fluent Flow Podcast with Emma and Oliver.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Fluent Flow Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Oliver. We are so happy to have you here with us today. Whether you are driving your car, washing the dishes, or at the gym, thanks for choosing us to practice your English.
We have a very special episode today, Oliver. But before we start, I want to ask our listeners for a small favor.
That's right. If you enjoy our conversations and want to support our project, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a like.
It really helps us to reach more English learners around the world. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss an episode.
Now that we've done that, Emma, you were telling me something earlier about your study session yesterday.
Oh, yes. I have a confession to make, Oliver.
Should I be worried?
Well, yesterday I was sitting at my computer, I opened my English book, and I closed it again.
You mean you didn't study at all?
Not a single word, Oliver. I felt zero motivation. I just wanted to watch a movie and eat popcorn.
You know what, Emma? That is exactly what we are talking about today. The motivation trap.
I definitely fell into that trap yesterday. I felt like a failure because I'm an English teacher and I didn't want to look at English.
But that's the point, Emma. Many of our listeners feel this every single week. They start Monday with so much energy, and by Wednesday, the energy is gone.
It's like a phone battery that dies in the middle of the day. You start at 100% and suddenly you're at 5%.
Precisely. People think that to be fluent, they need to feel excited every day, but that's a lie. Feelings change.
I agree, Oliver. One day you feel like a superhero, and the next day you feel like a potato.
A potato. That's perfect. And today we want to show our listeners how to speak English even when they feel like potatoes.
Exactly. We are going to talk about building a motivation engine, a system that works even when you are tired, bored, or busy.
We're going to discuss why your brain tries to stop you and how to trick your brain into staying consistent.
This is so important, Oliver, because fluency is not about how much you study in one day. It's about not stopping.
It's better to study for 10 minutes every day than for 5 hours once a month.
But why is it so hard to do those 10 minutes? That's what we are going to dive into today.
We have some great technical tips in our language spotlight later and a very special challenge for the end of the show.
I'm excited. Even if I felt like a potato yesterday, I feel like a superhero now. Let's get into it. So, Oliver, let's talk about the science behind this. Why does my brain want to watch a movie instead of practicing my phrasal verbs?
It's actually quite simple, Emma. Your brain is a lazy machine. It wants to save energy.
Oh, so it's not my fault? It's just biology?
Exactly. Learning a language is one of the most difficult things you can ask your brain to do. It uses a lot of glucose, a lot of energy.
That makes sense. When I study hard, I actually feel physically tired.
Right. So after a few weeks of studying, your brain starts a rebellion. It says, "Hey, Irma, this is too hard. Let's go back to the popcorn in the movies."
And that is where most people quit. They think they lost their talent, but they just lost their momentum.
Precisely. In the beginning, we have the honeymoon phase. Everything is new, everything is exciting. You learn hello and how are you, and you feel like a genius.
Oh, I remember that. I learned 3 words in Italian and I wanted to move to Rome.
Exactly, Emma. But then you hit the intermediate plateau.
Ah, the famous plateau. This is where the journey gets long and the view doesn't change much.
Right. You are studying, you are listening to podcasts, but you don't feel like you are improving.
That is the most dangerous moment, Oliver, because you are actually improving, but the changes are too small to see.
It's like a plant, Emma. You water it every day, you look at it, and it looks the same. You feel discouraged.
But underground, the roots are growing deep.
Exactly. And one day, a new leaf appears, but you need to keep watering it during the weeks when nothing happens.
So, how do we trick our brain to keep watering the plant when we are bored, Oliver?
We have to talk about dopamine hits. Motivation usually comes from big goals, like, I want to be fluent.
But fluency is too far away. It's like trying to walk to the moon.
Right. Your brain doesn't get a reward today for a goal that is 2 years away.
So we need micro wins.
Exactly, Emma. You need to celebrate the small things. Today, I understood one sentence without subtitles.
That feels good. That's a tiny hit of dopamine.
Yes. Or, today, I used the word actually correctly in a sentence.
I love that. We need to stop being so hard on ourselves and start being our own cheerleaders.
Definitely. Another problem, Emma, is the all-or-nothing mindset.
Oh, I know this one. If I can't study for an hour, I won't study at all.
That is the killer of consistency. Life is busy. Sometimes you don't have an hour.
But everyone has 5 minutes.
Exactly. 5 minutes of English is infinitely better than 0 minutes.
It keeps the engine warm. If you turn the engine off completely, it's much harder to start it again the next day.
That's a great metaphor, Emma. Consistency is about keeping the engine idling, even if you aren't driving fast.
Oliver, I once heard about the 2-day rule. Have you heard of that?
Is that the rule where you never miss 2 days in a row?
Yes. You can miss one day because you are tired or busy. Life happens. But you never, ever miss the second day.
I love that rule. It allows you to be human, but it prevents you from quitting.
Because missing one day is an accident. Missing 2 days is the start of a new habit, the habit of not studying.
That's a dangerous habit. We want the habit of showing up.
Showing up. That's a great phrase, Oliver. It means just being there, even if you don't perform perfectly.
Exactly, Emma. Some days your English will be great. Some days it will be terrible. But if you show up, you are winning.
It reminds me of the gym. Some days I lift heavy weights. Some days I just walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes while looking at my phone.
But you went to the gym. You kept the identity of someone who exercises.
Right. And our listeners need to keep the identity of someone who speaks English.
Every time you listen to a podcast or read a page, you are voting for that identity.
Wow, Oliver, that's very deep. Voting for your identity.
It's from a book I read. It means that every small action is a vote for the person you want to become.
So, if I listen to this podcast today, I am voting for Emma, the fluent speaker.
Exactly. Even if you don't remember every word, you made the vote.
I feel much better about my potato day yesterday now, Oliver. I just missed one day. I didn't lose my identity.
Not at all, Emma. And today, you're here. You are back on the track.
And that's what we want for you, listeners. If you stopped studying for a week, a month, or a year, it doesn't matter.
Start again today. The motivation engine only needs a small spark to start.
And we're here to provide that spark.
Exactly. Now, Emma, let's talk about the practical tools. How do we make this showing up easier?
I think it's time for the language spotlight, Oliver. We have some specific expressions to help us manage our habits.
I'm ready. Let's look at how to talk about consistency and routines like a pro.
Oliver, let's get technical. We know why we lose motivation, but what are the actual tools to keep the engine running?
I love this part, Emma. Today, we're moving away from generic advice. We're looking at language engineering.
Language engineering? That sounds very professional. What is our first tool?
Tool number 1, the anchor technique. This is about vocabulary, but it's also about habits.
Explain that to us, Oliver. How do I anchor my English?
In your routine, you anchor English to something you already do. For example, I will listen to 5 minutes of a podcast while I drink my first coffee.
Ah, so the coffee is the anchor. I don't need motivation because I already have the coffee habit.
Exactly. But there is a linguistic version of this too, Emma. When you forget a word, you anchor your sentence to a safety word.
Oh, like using a simple word you know very well to explain a complex one.
Precisely. If you forget the word appliance, you anchor it to machine. You say, the machine for washing clothes. You don't stop. You use the anchor to keep the flow.
That's brilliant. It's like having a life vest in the ocean.
Exactly. Now, tool number 2, native level fillers.
Now, many students think and are bad, but you have a different take on this, right, Oliver?
I do. The secret to consistency in speech is not perfection, it's holding the floor.
Holding the floor. What does that mean?
It means keeping your turn to speak. If you are silent while you think, you lose the floor. But if you use fillers like, let me see, or how can I put this, you keep the floor.
It's like a loading sign on a video. It tells the listener, don't refresh the page, I'm still here.
Exactly. It makes your speaking feel more consistent and less broken.
That's very helpful. What's number 3 on our list, Oliver?
Number 3 is the synonym jump. This is a speed exercise.
The synonym jump? Tell me more.
When you are speaking and you feel a blank coming for a specific word, don't fight it, jump.
Jump to what?
Jump to any synonym, even if it's a weak one. If you want to say, the movie was exhilarating, but the word is stuck, just say, the movie was really great.
But great is so simple, Oliver.
Emma, great keeps the conversation moving. Exhilarating makes you stop for 10 seconds. In the language motivator engine, movement is more important than being fancy.
You're right. Movement creates momentum. If I stop to find the perfect word, I lose the energy of the conversation.
Exactly. Now, tool number 4, shadowing 2.0.
Everyone knows shadowing, listening and repeating at the same time. What makes it 2.0?
Shadowing 2.0 is about emotion mimicry. Don't just repeat the words, repeat the feeling of the speaker.
Oh, so if you are laughing while you speak, I should laugh too?
Yes, if I sound surprised, you sound surprised. This connects the English language to your emotional brain, not just your logical brain.
That makes it so much more memorable, Oliver. It's harder to lose motivation when you are acting instead of just studying.
It turns practice into a performance, and performances are fun.
I love that. Okay, what's number 5? This one sounds very tactical. The anyway, moving on strategy.
This is the art of strategic surrender.
Strategic surrender? You mean giving up?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes if you are stuck in a complex explanation and you realize you're losing your listener, just say, anyway, moving on to my next point.
It's like a reset button for the whole conversation.
It is. It saves your confidence. You're telling your brain, this sentence was a disaster, let's try a new one.
It's better to kill one sentence than to kill the whole conversation.
Exactly, Emma. Now, number 6 is about the body, the physicality of memory.
Wait, how does my body help me remember words?
There's a study that says looking up and to the left can help you access visual memories, but more importantly, expansive posture, standing tall, reduces stress hormones.
So if I'm in a meeting and I feel a blank coming, I should sit up straight?
Yes, don't make yourself small. If you look like you're panicking, your brain will panic more. If you sit like a boss, your brain thinks, oh, I guess we're okay.
Fake it until your brain believes it.
Precisely. Now, number 7 is conversational scaffolding.
I know what a scaffold is. It's the metal structure they use to build houses. How does that apply to English?
It's using introductory phrases to support your ideas. Phrases like, it's hard to explain, but basically, or the way I see it is.
Ah, these phrases give your brain a structure to stand on while you build the main idea.
Right. They are easy English that prepares the listener for hard English.
That's a great tool for consistency, Oliver. It makes you sound much more fluent because you have these prefabricated parts.
Now, number 8 is a trick for when you were listening, the mirroring rescue.
What do I do if I don't understand what someone said?
Instead of saying, sorry, can you repeat? You mirror their last 3 words. If they say, and that's why the project failed, you say, the project failed?
And then they explain it again.
Yes, they will give you a different explanation, and you get a second chance to understand without feeling slow.
It's a ninja move, Oliver. You're getting the information you need, but it looks like you are just being a great listener.
Exactly. Now, number 9, the word association sprint. This is an exercise for home.
How does it work?
You pick a theme, like travel. Now you have 10 seconds to say 10 words related to it. Suitcase, passport, plane, ticket, go.
Oh, it's about retrieval speed.
Yes, motivation fails when the search time in your brain is too long. If you train your brain to find words fast, speaking becomes less exhausting.
That makes so much sense, Oliver. If it's easy to find words, it's easy to stay motivated.
And finally, number 10, the definition game.
This is the ultimate consistency skill. It's the ability to describe what you don't know.
Right. If you don't know the word stapler, you must be able to say the metal thing to connect papers instantly.
If you can do that, you are bulletproof. You will never be silent again.
And being bulletproof is the best motivation in the world, Emma. When you're not afraid of forgetting, you actually forget less.
Oliver, that was a lot of information. I think my motivation engine needs a quick summary before we move to the challenge.
You're right, Emma. Let's do a fast-track review. I'll name the tool, and you give me the one-sentence power tip. Ready?
I'm born ready. Let's go.
Tool number 1, the anchor technique.
Attach your English to a habit you already have, like drinking coffee, or use a safety word to keep the sentence alive.
Perfect. Number 2, native-level fillers.
Use sounds like "let me see" to hold the floor and signal to your brain that you are still in control.
Number 3, the synonym jump.
Don't wait for the perfect word. Jump to the easiest one to keep the momentum.
Number 4, shadowing 2.0.
Mimic the emotion and the energy of the speaker, not just the grammar.
Number 5, strategic surrender.
If a sentence is a disaster, say, "Anyway, moving on," and start a new one with confidence.
Number 6, the physicality of memory.
Sit up straight and use your posture to tell your brain that you are not in panic mode.
Number 7, conversational scaffolding.
Use intro phrases to build a structure for your ideas before you say the difficult part.
Number 8, the mirroring rescue.
Repeat the last 3 words the other person said to get a free explanation.
Number 9, the word association sprint.
Train your retrieval speed by naming objects in a category as fast as you can.
And number 10, the definition game.
Stop trying to find the noun, describe the function. If you can define it, you can speak it.
Emma, you passed the test. That is the complete toolbox for a consistent learner.
And remember, listeners, you don't need to use all 10 today. Just pick the one that feels most natural for your personality.
Exactly. Consistency is a personal journey.
Well, Oliver, I think our listeners are now technically prepared. Are they ready for the flow challenge?
I think they are. Let's turn this theory into action.
Okay, Oliver, it's time for the Flow Challenge. This is the part of the show where we give our listeners a real mission for the week.
I'm ready, Emma. And listeners, this week's challenge is about building that motivation engine we talked about. We call it the 5-minute sprint.
The 5-minute sprint? That sounds fast. What do they have to do?
It's very simple. For the next 7 days, your mission is to practice English for exactly 5 minutes. No more, no less.
Wait, Oliver, did you say no more? What if they want to study for an hour?
No, that's the motivation trap, Emma. On Monday, you are excited and you study for an hour. On Tuesday, you are tired, you think, "I don't have an hour," and you do nothing.
Ah, I see. So by limiting the time to 5 minutes, we make it impossible to fail.
Exactly. Even if you are a potato today, you can find 5 minutes.
So what should they do during these 5 minutes?
I want you to pick one tool from our language spotlight. For example, the word association sprint.
Perfect. So you set your timer for 5 minutes, you pick a category like kitchen, and you say as many words as you can.
Or you can do shadowing 2.0. Listen to a short clip of this podcast and mimic our emotions for 5 minutes.
I love that. The goal is not learning a lot. The goal is showing up.
Precisely. We want to train your brain to recognize that English is a daily habit, like brushing your teeth.
And here is the flow part of the challenge. If you miss a day, it's okay. But remember the 2-day rule. Never miss 2 days in a row.
That's the secret, Emma. If you miss Tuesday, Wednesday is your most important day of the week.
I think this is a game changer, Oliver. It removes the pressure and keeps the engine warm.
It really does. So, listeners, are you ready to start your 5-minute sprint today?
We want to hear from you. Which tool are you going to use for your 5 minutes? The anyway moving on strategy? Or maybe the definition game?
Let us know. And before we go, we have one final request for you.
That's right. If this episode helped you feel a little more motivated, please leave a comment below. Tell us, I'm in for the 5-minute sprint.
It's a great way to commit to your goal. And if you haven't already, please like this video and share it with a friend who's struggling with their English.
Let's build a community of consistent learners together.
Well said, Emma. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode of the Fluent Flow Podcast.
Keep the engine running. Bye-bye.
Bye.